How mindful are you in everyday life? Are you in constant awareness of your every minute, beautiful surroundings? Or do you walk too carried by the busy waking mind like a zombie through life, unable to silence it? Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. Do you know this person well? Well, this is the main character. We often know our egos so well, our outer selves, to the point where we accept these identities that our friends in society, and sometimes ourselves, have placed upon us. But very few pierce the surface and go into the deep, mysterious waters of our self and find out all the beautiful flowers growing there. Wherever you go, there you are, by John Kabat-Zinn. Quite a blatant title, but it couldn't be more true. As he often quotes, to be within the bloom of each and every moment, consumed in no other moment but the present, not the past or the future. This book leads you through what it is to be mindful, the importance of practice, the art of non-judging and letting go. However, it's no ordinary story plot with a plethora of characters to follow throughout the journey, although it does mention a few beautiful stories throughout the text, like the deeper meaning of some fairy tales. For example, The Waters of Life, a story about 3 princes, and a story about a butcher, and how he practices Tao and has no other method of cutting, but just lets himself feel out where to cut, his intuition. In this book, like I said before, you are the main character. It is you who must figure out how to strive towards a healthier, quiet mindset within yourself. You are the one who follows the journey of the hero throughout your mind as you progress within mindfulness. You must figure out your own conflicts and high points and low points to figure out your solution. He also goes in to say that you don't need to be Buddhist or a yogi to practice this meditation or mindfulness. He writes, I like to think of mindfulness simply as the art of conscious living. You don't have to be Buddhist or yogi to practice. In fact, if you know anything about Buddhism, you will know that the most important point is to be yourself and not to become anything that you are not already. Buddhism is fundamentally about being in touch with your own deepest nature and letting it flow out of you unimpeded. It has nothing to do with waking up and seeing things as they are. In fact, the word Buddha simply means one who has awakened to his or her own true potential. He also writes, a student once said, when I was a Buddhist it drove my parents and friends crazy, but when I am Buddha, no one is upset at all. At the end of each chapter, he also writes a little note that says, try, and lets you just really apply what you've learned in that chapter, and figure out how to apply it to everyday life. So this book was just incredible, and you didn't have to know anything about meditation. You could be at the very lowest level of understanding or the very highest level of understanding to pick up this book. I've delved into this subject multiple times before in my life, and even I came out with a new, broader understanding, and I never expected anything of the sorts to be so mind-opening and giving me a new perspective on things that I've already seen. It's so beautiful. He's an amazing author, and his other books are incredible as well. He also has a book called Meditation Is Not What You Think, another title that is very blatant, but I love it. And his unique way of description is fluently gorgeous. Really putting emphasis on self-practice and the reflection of just looking at yourself at the end of the day and just slowing down and taking the time to hone into this moment. How many of you just stare out the window just to appreciate the way the light is flickering on your desk and how good it feels to breathe? I've recommended this book to about 10 other people already, so I would definitely recommend it to you if you have any sort of intrigue towards it. Anyways, my words are minute and diluting in comparison to his. So, how well do you know yourself? He also writes, it is easy to come by the impression that meditation is about going inside or dwelling inside yourself. But inside and outside are limited distinctions. In the stillness of formal practice, we do turn our energies inward, only to discover that we contain the entire world in our own mind and our body. So many people know that the ocean contains the drop, and then very few people know that the drop contains the ocean. So go seek within yourself to find the garden of flowers that not only lies within, but also lies within. Au revoir.